Why have another child with the man that treated me and our eldest so terribly? It is a completely fair question and one I've been asked quite a lot. You're going to have to excuse the banging. Next door are having their roof redone. There's nothing I can do about it. So I've talked about this before. I've talked about why I didn't leave, but I haven't talked about the fact that I was adding more children to this situation. And also, in between my two girls, I had another pregnancy that ended up being ectopic. I've talked about that before. Happy to talk about that again. The biggest part of the reason that I was still with him is because I was still in love with him. That has then become an ongoing discussion between whether that was actually love or a trauma bond. I am willing to entertain both ideas. But the thing about this sort of thing is that I knew that me and my eldest didn't deserve the type of behaviour that he was exposing us to and putting upon us, and the atmosphere that we were having to live in. And I was getting smaller and smaller as the days went on. I knew that that wasn't ideal. I think there was a bit of the sunken cost fallacy in there. We had been together 8 years by the time our eldest was born. I thought I knew this person. So when I say I still loved him, I was in love with the man that I thought I knew, the man that I thought I was building my life with. But every day wasn't awful all day, every day. As time went on, the instances got more and more frequent and they got worse and worse in nature. But it was slow. It wasn't like overnight we went from everything being horrific from really happy and calm. If the person he was at the end was the person he was in the beginning, we would not have been together for 10 years. I obviously don't regret any of it, because then I wouldn't have my 2 kids and I wouldn't be without them for anything. I would do it all again. But when you're in it, it's so hard to see the wood through the trees, because you can't quite believe it, because that isn't how you lived before. That wasn't how you were together before. It wasn't how you'd spent all that time, all those memories, all those holidays. We moved cities several times. We'd suffered family loss. We'd been through financial struggles. We bought a house together. Like, we hadn't been through like really horrific trauma together, but we had lived a life. And all of that counts when it comes to living through situations like that. And I was just full of hope that it was just a phase and he was going to make it out the other side and the good guy was going to win in the end. In terms of why did I add more children to the mix, is because I thought that was our plan. We wanted the eldest to have a sibling. We both grew up with siblings. We're both very close to our siblings and our families as a whole. I never thought I'd be a one and done. Obviously, I was really shaken after the ectopic pregnancy, but I was shaken because I was hoping that I'd still be able to have another baby, not shaken in a way that was like, okay, I'm never doing that again. I was building a whole life, but the more and more of these things kept happening, the more I realised I was building it by myself. But it really is the hope that kills you.